What makes Chu Chu Rocket unique? On November 11th, 1999, Chu Chu Rocket was released to the Sega Dreamcast. It was pretty much forgotten along with the system. Conceptualized to be Sega's first online multiplayer game, Chu Chu Rocket became a cult classic, being eventually ported to the Game Boy Advance the following year, and to iOS and Android devices nearly 10 years after its initial release. I was interested, so I picked it up, and lo and behold, it was some of the best multiplayer action I've ever played. Offline though, apparently the online was laggy. What makes Chu Chu Rocket unique is how it took something simple and easy to play and then adds this level of chaos that makes it a whole other level of fun. It was developed by Sonic Team of all companies, and Yuji Naka himself directed and produced it. This makes me want to create a sort of on-running miniseries for this show. Considering the flack Sega gets for the poorer quality of recent Sonic games, let's just call this Games That Sonic Team and/or Sega Made That May Be Better Than Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's begin. First and foremost, what is the goal in Chu Chu Rocket? Well, you gotta take all these mice, known as Chu Chus, and guide them from these little spawn circles into your rocket ship to save them, thus the name Chu Chu Rocket. But watch out for the Kapu Kapus. These cats will eat Chu Chus, and if they get to your rocket ship, you will lose 1/3 of all the Chu Chus you've collected. It all seems simple enough, but how do we achieve this? The controls are laid out in an easy to understand but yet awkward to use sort of way. Move your cursor around with the D-pad or joystick and place arrows on the board with any of the A, B, X, and Y buttons. The direction of the arrow is based on the cardinal direction the button would be on a compass. It takes some getting used to. There's this weird disconnect with moving in one direction and placing arrows that go in different directions. Oftentimes in a high tense situation, you want to just mash on the buttons, but you need to press the right ones if you want to get a good result. And when I say high tense situations, I mean it. This game can get really intense. You see, the mere existence of the Kapu Kapus completely change what you want to do. Even if you have a nice set of arrows leading your Chu Chus to the goal, the moment a cat comes out who will follow a movement path just like the Chu Chus, you have to frantically redirect them to keep them away from your rocket. There are nice holes that you could direct them towards, but there's also the idea of sending them into your opponent's rockets, which is a good idea, but wait a minute. This is a multiplayer game. Not only are you worrying about getting mice into your rocket, but so are your opponents. If you're in the lead, suddenly you got this big target on your head for others to send the cats towards. You see, the game also adds all the right restraints to your controls that make every moment of the game a toss-up. You can only have 3 arrows out at one time, and after 10 seconds or so, they disappear anyways. With 3 arrows, you have to decide where to put them, but with such a small number, there will always be gaps between them that your opponents can cut off with their own arrows. It's almost like time management. Do you take time placing arrows that lead mice to your goal, or do you try to cut off your opponent's rocket? And there are also other types of mice as well that may sway your decision making. The event mice can cause crazy things to happen, such as speeding up the game or causing a mouse mania. There's also the golden mice that are worth 50 points. These and the Kapu Kapus all need to be measured when in the heat of competition. If you get a chance to play this game, check it out. It's a lot of fun, and even the one-player modes fit the gameplay very well. The puzzle mode complements your understanding of the system, plus the level editor lets you create your own puzzles for others to solve. In fact, the online sharing of these puzzles was one of the most popular features of the game back on the Dreamcast. It's a simple system that when sped up to a frantic pace with the right curveballs thrown in, it becomes this crazy test of accuracy, speed, and quick decision making. That is what makes Chu Chu Rocket unique. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos that discuss what makes any video game stand out. Thanks for watching.